That's Nick.
And that's Joseph. And today we're here to talk about Monster Hunter, the latest film directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, which will be released December 18th, 2020, courtesy of Columbia Pictures Screen Gems.
This film is based on a book. Oh, video game. A video game.
Yes,
I only know that because I checked Wikipedia. Wikipedia also said the budget is $60 million, and I want to know where all the money went. But anyway.
Well, Paul W.S. Anderson, who's married to Milla Jovovich, the star of the film, is of course known for a body of work filled with video game adaptations, including the start of the Resident Evil series, of which several segments he directed, all starring her, and back in the 90s, Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Alien vs. Predator.
Okay.
I think
Mortal Kombat is laughable. Shout out to Kylie Minogue, though. Oh no, she's in Street Fighter. Oh, then I really don't.
Yeah, wrong.
Alien vs. Predator I do enjoy.
The only film I enjoy by this director is Event Horizon with Sam Neill and Larry Fishburne.
Oh yes, I've watched that several times. Okay, this movie is about a group of U.S. Army Rangers who are on some sort of Peace Corps mission somewhere in Africa. It doesn't say, but they give us the coordinates, which we tried to look up, but I don't know how to do it, so we ended up in like the ocean. But I think it's in Africa.
A desert area.
A desert area. They're under attack when an electrical storm comes and a portal opens, and they are transported, like two Hummers, right? They're two vehicles, transported to an alternate dimension. When they arrive in this dimension, they're also in like a really sandy area when they encounter like a sandworm, like out of Beetlejuice, but it's big and bigger.
It looks it has horns, it looks like a dinosaur.
Yes, it does. Something out of Godzilla or Pacific Rim, or really any monster movie 2010 or newer. But that monster kills a couple people right away. Part of the team, I didn't know anyone except, I think there are like 5 or 6 of them. So Milla Jovovich is Artemis, like the captain or whatever of the Rangers. T.I.'s in this.
Link is his character.
Meagan Good. They both die pretty quickly. The others die pretty quickly. They find refuge in like a set of like caves and rocks, and we find these like large spider scorpions that just fuck up everybody. That
have portals that are on the surface, a lot like Pitch Black.
Like Pitch Black. They don't like the light. There is a gentleman.
Now that you've introduced it, I think it's important to note that the film actually starts off in the alternate universe.
Yes, the film starts off in the alternate universe. So we see Ron Perlman.
Yep.
On a boat.
That's going through sand.
Yeah, which kind of reminded me of like a scene out of a Pirates of the Caribbean.
I wrote down it's Pirates of the Caribbean versus Tremors.
Oh yeah, that's good. But it's just a brief sort of scene, and then we start with the U.S. Rangers. So then they're back in this alternate universe, or they're there. Everyone's dead except Artemis. But there's another gentleman who's credited as the Hunter. Played
by Tony Jaa, who's of course the notable Muay Thai boxer who was in the Ong Bak films.
He has also been transported to this alternate universe somehow.
Well, no, he's part of Ron Perlman's team, so he's part of that universe.
Oh, that's right. He got left behind.
That's why it's important. The opening scene is them being chased by this monster over this patch of desert, and he falls out of the ship.
Yes. So the Hunter meets Artemis. At first they're at odds. They whoop each other's asses. Then they become friends. Then they join forces because the big sand monster is preventing them from crossing to make progress anywhere. So they decide that they're going to kill it. They're successful. Then time passes, not quite sure how much time, but enough time for them to get friendly and have a routine. And Artemis has a cute new outfit on. Mm-hmm. And they appear to be in sort of a tropical area. More creatures.
And that's when they reconnect with Ron Perlman, who's doing a Thomas Hardy Far From the Madding Crowd and driving all these dinosaurs over a cliff.
And then the scene changes again drastically because now they're in it's very dark. There's a large tower. There are these boats. So the first hour of the film,
And the tower is creating this unstable portal to the real world.
so, for a movie called Monster Hunter, there are only like two main monsters. The first monster is that sand thing, and then after the hour mark when they meet up with Ron Perlman, now there's a new monster kind of guarding the tower or hanging around, loitering around this tower.
Soliciting.
Who is like a dragon, a fire-breathing
They call
dragon.
it a Rathalan.
The three of them, because the hunter, this also wasn't well explained to me, maybe it is in the video game, but they end up with weapons that have like power.
Well, somebody explains their universe is having collapsed because their technology turned on them.
They're able to defeat the dragon. Well, yes. But then the dragon follows them through the portal. So
Yes.
then they end up back, like in modern time, back in the desert we started in. They defeat the monster there, and then the final scene is another electrical storm, and we see more monsters coming, which obviously means there'd be like more installments. The end.
Hopefully not, but
This movie was trash.
I had to write down, like, the dialogue is particularly terrible. Like, to explain why Ron Perlman can speak English but Tony Jaa can't, he's like, I studied your language.
Oh no, I wrote that down. He says, I made a study of it.
I made a study of it, yes, that's it. You wrote down a line by T.I. as well.
Oh. T.I. shouts in like this high-pitched voice, like, pain in my chest!
Yeah, I got pain in my chest.
Okay, my first note is, what is T.I. doing? Because he already made a fool of himself in that movie with Ethan Hawke and
The
Terrence
RZA
Howard.
film, yeah.
With the vitiligo and the...
Cutthroat City, yeah.
And now he's in this movie playing a U.S. Army Ranger.
Which he said he decided to do because his youngest child likes the video.
Plays the game. Oh my God. He looked and sounded so crazy. I don't hold weapons, but also I watch a lot of movies with people who do hold weapons. And the way T.I. was holding his weapon was so awkward. He dies right away. Meagan Good, she ain't shit. Like, her character is acting like she didn't know she was a U.S. Army Ranger.
I mean, part of that's the direction in the script. But
She's
yeah.
acting like she works at Sephora and a sand monster burst in. Like, she is
Yeah.
just like in a panic. This movie felt so hopeless once we see the monster.
Well, because you can't defeat them. It's just like...
Because you can't defeat them because they shoot all their artillery they had on the two Hummers. They empty it all out on this monster and it does nothing. So it just feels so hopeless. And sure enough, everyone dies except the two main people. I just think that's a really weird start. Again, having not played the video game or really any video games, I'm sure it works well in that regard. Like, there are 3 characters to choose from. I don't know. But this supporting cast seems so pointless. There's a scene, okay. What I think makes this movie really difficult to get through is the relationship between Artemis and the hunter.
Yeah.
Because the hunter doesn't speak English and he's from a different time and realm. And Artemis is talking to him like in that way how like American people like to talk to people who speak a language other than English, like louder and slower. Like, that man's not going to understand you, but somehow he does.
They bond over Hershey's chocolate.
And then they bond over a Hershey's chocolate bar. That took me all the way out. It really did. Just so stupid. And their communication develops over that period of time that we don't really understand, where
Right.
they go to the other area, where they have a back and forth. That was crazy.
What about Hibachi Kitty?
That's my next note.
Okay.
When we meet Ron Perlman again and we go into his little wherever accommodations, there is a human-sized cat standing on 2 legs, cooking like he works at Benihana's.
Yeah.
Like, literally at that grill, like doing a show. That confused the hell out of me. Although I can totally see a video game having a character like that.
Yes,
Like this
yes.
totally random, nonsensical thing. That's all I have. I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old man who doesn't play video games, and I can appreciate gameplay and like the silliness of it, but like in a movie, it's just hard to watch. Also because this shit is dry.
It's very dull, yeah. It's like
Milla Jovovich is beautiful.
it's like watching a video game you can't play. Yeah, she is beautiful. She looks great.
She's not in fighting shape. So I think it's interesting. Like, she just looks so awkward because she has this like model face. Everything else looks like, you know, she seems like she's a woman of leisure.
What's that song by Ricky Rude and Trina? Stripper ass model face.
Yeah, she just looks like a woman of leisure wearing fatigues and a white mesh tank top. Like,
I would like to see her in something that's not a video game adaptation or of that ilk. It reminded me of old Ray Harryhausen films like Mysterious Island or Clash of the Titans, that kind of stop motion models that he used to use with these corny ass things that maybe 30 years from now we'll think the same way as we watch these films.
well, yes, because all of these monsters in these films within the last 10 years, they all look the same. Which is fine. It's kind of like how extraterrestrial life tends to look the same, right? Like a light bulb head with long eyes, and you know, that's fine, but then do something else with it. I know it's had their source material, but this story is not that invigorating.
No, it's not.
What else do you want to say?
Nothing. I was
What would you give
very
it?
bored with it. 1 out of 5.
I would give it 1 out of 5. I didn't enjoy it, and I wouldn't recommend it. So I feel like I should give it lower, but the production value is not so poor that I think it deserves.
No, of course not. But
less.
it's
just a shit story with.
It's like one big Twinkie of a film.
I mean, I like Twinkies more than this movie. Anything else?
No.
Bye.
Bye.